Tony Bennett's 10 years in UPLA. What did you come to expect from Tony Bennett-led team?
Wow, is it 10 years?
It's been 10 years.
Wow, that's a surprise. I would not have guessed that. I loved Tony when he played. I loved him when he played here in Charlotte. Coached against him once when he was coaching at Washington State. Loved watching his dad's club play defense, particularly. Consider him one of the true young giants of our game. When you play them, you're playing a team that's as well coached as anybody in basketball, whether it's college or pro or whatever it is. I think he's one of the giants of our game and really genuinely a good person too. So it's no negatives about Tony Bennett.
How much of his father do you see in him?
Oh, some, but I think if I evaluate that, I would act like I knew that much about it. I think some because they guard you, and I thought his dad, Dick's teams, really guarded the crap out of him as well. But there's an influence there, but Tony's his own man. The foundation is going to be what his dad believed in also because he believed it for a reason it was successful, but I think Tony's his own man too.
Roy, what did you think of the G League announcement? Did you like it as a...
Yeah, I like that. Thank you. No, I can hold it. I didn't want you to have to work out that much. The G League, it's hard for me to give you an answer because I think we have to see the practicality of it, how it's going to work, what's it going to do. Are they going to take 12 guys? Or are they going to take 18 guys? You know, they're saying that somebody's going to identify them. How many people they're going to identify? You know, because all you guys see these recruiting rankings right now. What's the difference between them 12 and 13? You know, so I think that's a hard thing to do. So for me, I can't tell you what I think effect it's going to have because I don't know in what form. I think that there's a spot for something like that. And let's understand that the NBA are making rules for what's good for the NBA's game. They're not making rules that's what's good for our game or anything else. And I'm not saying they're always opposite because they're not always opposite. But they think that there's a spot for that. And I can see, but I don't see that many guys wanting to give up a chance to play college basketball at the highest level. Right? So somebody's going to say, well, how many is how many? I don't know. But, you know, it is several questions. Okay, how's that 18-year-old that we worry about meshing with the 20, 21, 22-year-old? How's that guy going to mesh with the 28 or 29-year-old that's hoping to get 1 or 2 10-day contracts with the NBA? So it's too early for me to give you an opinion on it as to how it's going to work because I don't know how they're going to do all the things. There are some guys out there that really flat out do not want to go to college, and that's okay. But there are a lot of guys that benefit from staying in college even if it's just 1 year, and that's okay as well. There's no perfect rules. There's a lot of guys that went straight to the NBA out of high school that it didn't work, but it sure did for LeBron James and Kobe and some of those guys. And so I've always said there's no perfect rule. It's always going to be how one individual handles it.
I wanted to ask you too, there's been hypotheticals discussed about, well, maybe this, maybe this. Was there much discussion about that like with the coaches, like the G League communicating with the coaches that, hey, this is
college
something?
Coaches?
Yeah, at all.
No. I mean, why should they?
Yeah.
It's their game. And I read it I don't know if I read it in the newspaper or somebody made a copy of it for me, but I first heard about it.
Coach, when you look at this year's team, usual suspects have kind of changing of the guard, but you still have some returning. What are the challenges you foresee, and what are your strengths?
Well, I wish I could say there were more strengths than there are challenges. The strengths, Cam, Kenny, and Luke, the 3 guys who were very important to us last year, all averaged double figures, all were asked to play a very significant role. They've been through it before. And they've got to get some other guys. Somebody's got to step up and play this point guard spot at a really high level. And one of the big guys has got to step up and play at a really high level or collectively play at really a high level. And we haven't seen that yet in either spot. We have 3 freshmen, and I think all 3 are going to be very good players. They're really gifted in some ways. Theo called me about this one. In some ways, more gifted than Theo and Joel were. It's hard to replace the toughness that Joel Berryard had. It's hard to replace everything that Theo Pinson could do on the court, much less what they did off the court for everybody. So I'm not willing to make that trade right now by any means, but I think that the freshmen are gifted. they're going to have to step up and play big for us, but how do they handle the adversity, or how are they going to handle the grind? Because it's a long year, guys. My God, we started playing practice September 25th. We didn't start until the 26th. But the year is so long, and young kids handling that is really difficult.
Coach, what's the difference between Cam Johnson with a healthy hip versus the guy that we saw last year?
Oh, I think that I can see it some, but it's not a difference between Clark Kent and Superman. It's not that now. But I think he's healthier. I think he slides his feet better. I think he runs better. I think he has more agility, more flexibility. As he said very adequately in front of everybody, the pain. I don't see him in pain all the time. And I think that last year, I don't think there's one single day that the kid played that he wasn't in some level of pain, some very much pain, and some otherwise.
How do you contextualize your expectation for your team? Do you think of it, I see this group can compete for ACC titles? Do you how do you put that in context?
Oh, it's different. Depends on what kind of day it is, for sure. But I think we've got chances of having a very good team, And to do that, though, everybody's got to play at a high level, consistently do it every day to build the right kind of habits. We've also got the possibilities of not playing at a high level sometimes, and it's more of a challenge. You know, I've had some teams that were 2009, the most veteran team I ever had coming back. I mean, every day we just tried to fine-tune some things and find different ways to challenge them. And this one, we've got to not just coach them, we've got to coach them fundamentally, and make them sounder fundamentally, make the foundation stronger and sounder. But we've got a chance, but we've got to have a lot of things fall our way for those kind of big-time things.
Because in recent years, we know when you guys are going to be really good. And then I guess there's a little bit of a nebulous, like your sense of this team is it has the chance to be really good, but we don't know that yet.
Yeah, and I don't know it. And we had 4 practices before we went to Nassau for our one trip in 4 years for a foreign trip. We practiced 4 times, once each week during the month of July. And so we had 8 practices there. I think we're up to 26 total. And even after those number of practices, I'm still not sure what we're going to have in a lot of cases. But I do think that it's a great group. I mean, I love working with them. I mean, I haven't really gone wacko on anybody at all. But we've pushed them, we've yelled at them, we've tried to do some of those things.
Coach, I don't think you've faced him, but just your impressions of Chris Mack and maybe what you expect from him.
No, I don't think we've coached against Chris. I love watching his clubs play. When they were on TV, if I'm turning channels and I saw his club play, and I would stop and I would watch for a little while. And I think that he's doing a great job for them. It's a big-time program. He's had some struggles, but Chris is really a good guy. I love the fact that his daughter's with him on this deal. You know, this is my 31st media day, and I guarantee you my son or my daughter would not be back for all 31. They may have gone for a little while, but he's a good guy and a really big-time coach.
Coach, of the investigations through the FBI, and it seems like the underbelly of college athletics, the roots are starting to show. Who's responsible for stopping this and for limiting it? Is it top to bottom? Is it
who is responsible for stopping it or limiting it? I think it's got to be everybody. But again, I know you get tired of hearing it because I am tired of saying it. But in 1906, the NCAA was formed because President Roosevelt said we have some problems in college athletics, and I think surrounding football recruiting. So guys, we have bad times and bad things going on, but again, I'm one of those guys that thinks the glass is half full. I love what we're doing. I love summer basketball. I love seeing more guys get opportunities, but who's going to fix it? I think everybody. You can't legislate morality, you can't legislate honesty. If we could, we wouldn't have any prisons. You know, these are the kind of things. We wouldn't have people on probation in the NCAA, but it's a hard problem to solve, and I'm not just blowing it off and saying, oh, this always happens, because we don't always have. This is the FBI. This is Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. involved, okay? There's not one daggum guy in here even remembers who the hell he was, but Dana, you got that. But, I mean, this is the FBI, so this is some serious stuff. And some people, there's the possibility of some people doing prison time. I mean, if that's what they have trials for. So that part is scary, and there's some serious stuff going on.
John Swofford said that the coaches were on board with putting conference games at the front of the schedule. Is that accurate?
I don't know that they ever asked, but I'm not against it by any means. If you play 76 conference games, you got to start some of them early in the season.
Roy, to the question of the FBI, because there's so much unknown in terms of NCAA stuff, did you ever have any hesitation about playing this year?
No,
Why not?
never did. I believe in people. I look people in the eye and ask them questions, and if they give me an answer, I have an opportunity to believe them or doubt them. And I believed what Nasir's family, his mom and his dad, Nasir, I believed what they said. I strongly believed what they said. I think the facts have shown that what they said to me is what actually happened. But there was never any doubt about that. You guys get to make opinions of me and every coach that sits here, and I get to make an opinion about all you guys. And I think that in this situation, I strongly believed what those people said and how they acted. And every step of the way, when something has come out, it's been exactly what they said.
What do you think the NCAA should do with all the allegations that have come out throughout the trial? I'm sure you've been following some of it here.
Yeah, you know, I have my coaching staff give me responses or printouts. You know, I don't have a computer, guys. Well, I do. It's set behind my desk. I haven't been open in 15 years, and I don't tweet or twit. I don't do any of that stuff. So my guys have to tell me what's going on. But I think that the NCAA is keeping their eyes and ears wide open, and that when the trial's over with, they'll move forward in each situation individually.
What are your expectations for Seven this year? What would you like to see?
I'd like to see him stay healthy. He hasn't been healthy his entire career. In fact, 2 days ago, he goes down at practice, and I didn't know how long he was going to be out, but I was sure he was going to be out. He practiced yesterday and the whole thing. But that's the first thing is my expectation. I want him to be healthy. And I've challenged him and Kobe and Leaky and KJ. If you want to play as a point guard, don't turn it over and stay in front of the ball. If you do those two things, you got to have a chance, and I think we will give him a chance. But he is better, but he's healthy, and I'm serious, he hasn't been healthy since then.
That's what you feel like kind of hindered him from getting to it?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, I've seen him do things that last year in one game he made a steal and dunked it, and everybody jerked. And I mean, I saw him do those kind of things athletically when he was 15 years old.
What were your thoughts on when you were recruiting Kenny? What did you like about him?
What did I like about Kenny? The first game I saw Kenny play, I didn't know who he was. He made a couple of threes. It looked so smooth. And I said, that guy's made a lot of those. And in the same game, he took 2 or 3 charges. And I love both of those things. And so we started recruiting Kenny. And unfortunately for us, he made the decision to go to VCU. And then fortunately for us, had a coaching change, and he decided he didn't want to go to VCU, and we called to still see if he would be interested, and he came down and played pickup with our guys, and the guys loved him, and played very, very well, and they were bragging on him really big, and so those were the initial impressions. Seeing a guy make threes and made it look like he'd made a lot of them, and then also taking charges, it's 2 pretty good things for me.
And then when he got from his freshman to his sophomore year, what do you think contributed to that jump?
Being healthy. I think again he didn't have much confidence his freshman year. Beat up a little bit, but I think I'm right on this. He made his first 3 in the ACC tournament.
Against Pitt.
I can't remember what it was against Pitt. And you know our whole bench erupted, and you know so that tells you what the guys on the team felt about him. But his freshman year he had some injury problems, and his sophomore year had really significant injury problems. And with each step in each year, he's got better.
When you look back, that stretch he had defending Brogdon in the ACC title game as a freshman, how much did that play a role in helping his confidence grow and the guys gain confidence in him?
Well, I think if you go back and look at that game, Kenny and Marcus both really did a good job on Brogdon, who was really, really hard to guard, really a very significant player, and I think it gave both of them confidence because I think it was Kenny's, I was trying to remember what year that was with Kenny, but Marcus was in the game, so it might have been Kenny's sophomore year and Marcus's
Freshman.
Jesus, that would mean that Kenny played him as a freshman.
Yeah, it was 16 in DC.
So that was Marcus's freshman year?
Kenny's freshman.
Yeah.
He didn't play that much in that game.
He had that one stretch in that game defensively.
I'm not going to
just a small stretch.
But he didn't play that much in that game. Marcus guarded most. He didn't play that much as a freshman. He picked single-digit minutes, I would bet.
Yeah, exactly. It was that stretch in the second half that he talked about as being really important
he
to
played
him.
Really well, but Marcus spent most of the time on the game.
5
minutes. 5 minutes doesn't make a career. If hell it was, I'd be a PGA golfer. Because for 5 minutes, I can get as good as anybody.
It's something that he's referenced.
Yeah, no, it gave us some confidence, but I think he has been a confident defensive player. Last year, I saw it yesterday. I think he won the defensive player of the game 11 times last year, and that's the first year he's really been healthy.
Talk a little bit about the relationship between you and Coach K and how it's evolved over the years, and some of the stuff that we don't necessarily see when you guys are on the court, some of the stuff, the way you guys are able to interact more behind closed doors.
Well, it started, we were both on the NABC board. I was on there as my third or fourth year as a college coach, I forget. That's a lot of time, much more so than it is now. I think Mike and I both agree on a tremendous number of things that go on in college basketball. And we tried to work towards that end together as members of the board of directors of the NABC. Found ourselves on a lot of big-time issues on the same side. So the friendship started there. Respect was always there. Even when I was an assistant and Mike first got to Duke, there was a tremendous amount of respect. And I think we genuinely like each other. We don't socialize. I've got family, grandchildren. He's got family with grandchildren. I play golf. He used to play tennis. So we don't socialize. But there's a genuine respect there and a friendship. And it's something that, as I said earlier, we had a couple of good moments this morning. It'll be fun if something happens. If it does, it'll be neat.
Do you think you guys are drastically different people? Some people might say that from the outside perspective. Just.
Oh no, I wouldn't think we're drastically different people at all. I really don't. He takes his coat off because he's hot. I take my coat off because I'm mad. So I guess that's differences, but I really don't.
Were you surprised that when the commission